They actually call my agent. They don't even call me. So
I mean, listen, when you take calls from Beyonce, I'm just happy that you had time for FSG. So we're gonna get this thing popping.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So good people, welcome back. Your girl is back from some sort of a world tour. My life, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just glad to be back in the building. Come talk to the Giggle Gang and have a very special guest. Oh, I'm so excited to have this person on the show. So y'all know, I told y'all last week, everybody knows that I'm a big Beyonce fan, and I did the whole Coachella thing, and, Beyonce did her ode to HBCUs and all that great stuff. And I said, you know what? I got to have somebody who was on that stage. Because, Beyonce, her schedule was busy. So, she couldn't make the show or what have you. So I said, I need to have the next best thing. And I have my sorority sister, I don't like to say Neo because you're not a Neo. I mean, you're a grown ass woman, but you know what it is. You know what it is. I have Naderah here.
Hey, what's good, Irene?
What's Poppington? So yeah, Naderah was a part of the band, the HBCU band, the Bumblebees, whatever you want to call them. And she's going to tell us all about that a little later. But Naderah, introduce yourself. Talk to the Giggle Gang. What's up?
Hey, yo, what's good? The Giggle Gang. I am your girl, Naderah, professional performing artist, dancer, singer, actress, model, entertainer extraordinaire. I don't know.
keep going, doctor.
My best life, living my dream.
Hey.
And I just had the most recent opportunity of performing with the Queen Bee herself, and I can't say I'm anything less than honored and humbled by the whole situation. So it's a pleasure to be here.
Yes, welcome. So very happy to for you to be here. It's gonna be. I'm gonna ask you a whole bunch of questions because you're talking to a beehiver right here. So
absolutely.
Whatever you can tell us would be greatly appreciated. But we don't want you to get in no trouble.
Right.
No Tiffany. Right. No Tiffany Haddish over here. No Haddish over here. But what you can tell us, please, definitely, we'll be looking forward to that. So yeah, go ahead and get into the show. How was your weekend? What's popping? What you do?
Was a little busy since I got back from LA. My agent has been sending me out on so many things. I just finished filming Greenleaf last night. I've been in an audition.
Booked and blessed.
Yes, God is good.
Look, you just out here.
You know what I think it is? It's 2018, and you the 18, so I feel like it has something to do with that, Irene.
I'm gonna agree. You won't hear me disagree on that. I'm definitely going to agree. No, 2018 has been a blessing for so many people. Greenleaf,
yep. I got Oprah Winfrey Network on my resume now. Come on, somebody.
What else have you been doing? That is amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. So yeah, just finished that yesterday. Got HBO coming up real soon, next week. Just working on my own business ventures too. I have Jamboree coming out and this Saturday.
In Atlanta,
Hoffer Stadium. Yep, in Atlanta. So if you like Beychella, so we got 8 different marching bands coming out. Some of the best in DeKalb County. It's called the Battle of the Best. We got Southwest versus Stevenson, Arabian Mountain. It's a whole bunch of schools. I can't go through the whole list, but it's an event that you don't want to miss. It's definitely if you like Beychella, you'll love this event because we got the best marching bands going head to head on the field, the best dance lines. We got some guest performers coming out as well, and the cast of Beychella is going to be in the building as well. So if you want to meet some of us, talk to some of us, see how we got to where we are, we'll definitely be in the building as well.
Wow, look at y'all. I love it.
Staying true to the culture.
Yes, you got to. As for me, I just celebrated a birthday.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucking amazing. I actually went to Las Vegas for the first time. You ever been to Vegas?
I've been to Vegas. I've had a few
Yeah,
shows.
so this was my first. Oh, you had a show there? Like you were working or you were
I've never been to Vegas on some chill shit. I've always worked in Vegas.
Oh, wow. What were you doing? Was it Drumline?
Drumline Live, and then I did Teo City Rockers at like some casino out there, performing a dancer singer for that show.
Oh, nice. I see you. Yeah, I gotta ask you so many questions because outside of Beachella, I've seen you on your social media. Like you be out here working. So I love that. So I went to Vegas for the first time. It was fucking amazing. I ain't with no money, but it doesn't matter. I saw the Michael Jackson Cirque du Soleil show.
Oh, nice.
That show is amazing. Like the dancers, the concept, like people were moonwalking on the walls.
Wow.
Like, moonwalking up and down the walls. Yeah. Did you hear? Like, can you moonwalk?
Moonwalking on the bed.
I feel like people coming from the sky, dancing, playing all the great music. It was just a really dope experience. I spent way too much money in the gift shop, but it was for MJ. So I mean,
yeah, you got to do that.
You got to. I mean, what else? Like,
how else you gonna get closer to MJ at this point?
Exactly. And I think I want to say the highlight of my trip was my drive to the Grand Canyon.
Oh, I saw those pictures. They look so dope.
Thank you. Though that was an amazing experience. Like it was both breathtaking and like almost like really exhilarating. Like I could feel my heart racing because yes, they have like barriers and barricades or whatever, bars and gates to like stop people, from falling over or whatever. But there are certain areas of the because we went to the southern rim. Yeah, I think we went to the south rim, the one that's 4 hours away from Vegas. And that's like it's like the big canyon. Like it's just nothing but rock and you can see the Colorado River. It was just really beautiful. But there were areas where you could walk and just kind of do your own thing. And you're like literally on a cliff.
Oh, wow.
So I saw some Asian people like taking these dope pictures. So I was like, oh, I want to do that too. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
And yeah, I was getting the side eye. Like if
they didn't want to take it for you.
I mean, I got it. Like my girlfriend took the picture. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm good. But she was all in my ear, like, don't
get too close. Actually.
Yeah. Cole took the picture and it was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you, why are you?
I can understand it.
Yeah, she was not
out here thrill seeking and stuff.
But I still got the picture.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I moved away from the side of that of the edge.
Exactly, because she wasn't having that. So.
Right. But no, I had a really great time. Vegas was dope. Stayed at the Hard Rock the first night that I was there, and then did the Aria the latter half of the trip. And the Aria Hotel, that's a nice ass hotel.
Oh, dope. Like 5 stars out here.
Yes.
Oh, dope.
It's very nice. Very nice.
Dang,
and I know you like to play me or whatever, but I saved for a very long time. For this
I mean, you rich. I'm not. Your best life.
Nah, I live my best life on a budget with coupons, man. You got to get into these coupons, man.
Well, you need to put me on because I'm trying to travel and I ain't got it.
You travel all the time, but in your travel making money. I'm in Vegas losing money.
Nah, bro. It's always for work.
I feel you though. Yeah, no, all work and no play. Yeah, so you definitely got to make some time to relax and do some rest and relaxation. Just rejuvenate.
You're definitely my inspiration for all that because I'm trying to be on our red status.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I just thank God. So enough of that. I had a great birthday. It was fucking amazing. Now I'm back in DC. I can sit and rest for a little bit. And that's that. And I just want to say happy belated birthday to your mom.
Oh, thank you. I'll definitely let her know you said that.
Yes, because she's a Taurus baby, and shout out to all the Taurus babies, and more specifically, shout out to the May babies. I don't think she made the May cut, but she's a Taurus. So
she's definitely a Taurus, the 27th. Well, she's close.
She's close enough. So it's all good. So yeah, I want the I want the listeners, I want the Gill Gang to get to know you a little better. And I know that you and I, we're comfortable and it's cool or whatever, but I want them to get to know you a little better. So I'm going to give you a what's the most ridiculous. And this is the segment of the show where I ask you what's the most ridiculous thing you've done in a given situation. And because, you're an actress and a dancer and a director and all this great stuff. You're like a young entertainment mogul, if you will. I'm putting that in the atmosphere.
Yes, I received that.
yes. From my lips to his ears. Amen. Yes, do it. I don't know why we went to church just then. Like, that's not
but that was a message.
Hey, it is. It is what it is. I want to ask you, and yeah, this just came to the top of my head. What's the most ridiculous thing you've done to get to an audition? Like, either like not to be in, like, and not saying like to physically get, but to actually be able to participate in an audition. What's the most ridiculous thing that you've been like, yo, I gotta make it happen?
So what's so crazy is that this audition has to do with Beychella.
Let's do it.
So interesting story. I learned about Beyonce having auditions, and just keeping my ear to the street. You know, the industry talks, you hear little whispers. Everybody kind of know what she's trying to go for, and stuff like that. And so I heard that she was looking for people that could like step and people who could do majorette styles of dance. So I reached out to my agent and I'm like, yo, Beyonce's looking for people with a resume like mine. So I've done like the Quad on BET, Drumline, A New Beat was my first movie. I did the tour Drumline Live just the year before. Stepsister. So my whole resume before this has pretty much been, the HBCU culture. Not 100%, but most of it, right?
Right.
So my agent called me the next day and was like, hey, Beyonce just had auditions yesterday. You actually missed it. She had them in LA. So I was devastated. I cried. I was like, how could they not submit me? He was like, well, we submitted you. And they just wanted to see LA locals. So I was just like, well, I could have flew out there as a local. Like, all you had to do was tell me what was up.
Right.
Anyway, long story short, Beyonce's team came out to Atlanta and they had private auditions. So my agent called me real quick and he was just like, oh my God, Beyonce's having auditions here. Do you want to be submitted? I'm like,
bitch, what are you talking about?
Don't ask me if I want to be submitted.
You're supposed to call me to tell me you already submitted me.
Tell me where I need to be.
Like, what are you talking? Is he still your agent?
He's still my agent, but he has good intentions. I love my agent. So whatever the case is,
I'm sorry, I got upset. My bad.
So they ended up submitting me. I got called to the private audition. It was 80 of us at the private audition. 40 of us got a call back, and then 5 of us got a video taken of us to do a special skill. One girl did the majorette stuff, and I did some step, and I came in my DST, line jacket to show that I'm authentic. Like, it don't get no realer
than this.
Right.
What's up? It's the baddest.
So my video, right, exactly. The baddest is in the building. So they sent my video over to LA. The choreographer was like, this is what we need, da-da-da-da-da. Yet and still, I didn't book the job. Devastated, okay?
Damn.
So then my boss from Drumline Live, I was his executive assistant, and my contract had like literally ended like the week after my audition that I had here in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And so he called me, and I was working another 9-to-5 job. I was working that job for like 2 weeks. I was miserable. I only did it because like I wasn't booking the jobs that I wanted, and I wasn't gonna take no like, oh, you could do this gig for $250. Like, they don't do that for me. Like, I'm not gonna do that. So whatever the case is, I took a little 9-to-5 job, and I was working that for like a week or two. And my boss called me, and he was just like, hey, I got this really important phone call, and I really need your assistance. Like, I know your contract is up, but I need your help. Can you help me out? And I was like, yo, what's up? And he was just like, I'll let you know in a minute. So I ended up flying out of town with my new job because I was the executive assistant at an accounting firm.
Mm-hmm.
And we were at some convention, and my boss needed me to be there with him and stuff like that. And so my old boss, Don Roberts, called me, and he said, we just got the call from Beyonce. Are you going to help me or not? So I went to my current boss at the time, and I was like, look, Beyonce called, so
gotta go.
I gotta go.
Bye, bitch.
Exactly. Literally, that was my expression. I'm just like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but if my old boss is calling me saying that Beyonce called us, I pray to God. I say, God, I don't know if I got an opportunity to get in front of this woman and her team to show what I got. But if there's any inkling of an opportunity, Lord, please present it.
Yes.
So I tell you no lie. We get to LA after I done worked out all the stuff for his band and stuff that was coming out, and one of our drummers can't show up until the following Friday. So my boss says, so Beyonce wants these many people. Would you be willing to stand in his spot until he gets here?
Yeah, I can do that.
Like, okay, cool.
I mean, anything for I can do that.
Right. So he was just like, I mean, I'm gonna put you on something, simple enough that you'll be able to catch it. And because I'm a dancer, like I can watch people and emulate them, even if I don't have it perfectly. Give me a little bit of time and I'll pretty much get it. So her musical director comes to us. He says, Beyonce wants to see, a small presentation of what y'all got. And so I guess I was like in the dance studio trying to figure out what I'm gonna do in front of her when it's my turn to go up. And I started infusing dance with playing the cymbals because, hell, I'm a dancer. I don't play this instrument and I got to look good next to these other 15, 16 drummers that have been doing this their whole life. So I mixed it up with a little dance move and the music director goes, yo, I really like that. Let's put that in there so she can see that. So I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I'm thinking nothing of it. I'm just like, whatever. And I'm literally the only female in the section.
Yes.
Then we get inside of the rehearsal space and Beyonce is like, bam, right there in the front.
No, she's not. Wait.
In the front of us, I'm like,
dear. All right. Wait.
Right there, bro.
Wait, because I feel like I have a tear coming from my eye. I'm not sure why I'm so emotional right now. What are you? What?
Like real talk. So then I'm just like, all right, it's do or die. And I'm
right
like,
there in front of you?
Right there. Like, I mean, she wasn't that close, but she was
in the same room.
Same room. Like right there. Like I could walk up to her and be like, yo, what's good, sis? I mean, of course I didn't do that, but I could have. So I'm just like, well, it's time to show up. And so we get in front of her. What? We start doing a little percussion feature that we had come up with. And then I go to the middle and I start doing this little solo with my cymbals. And she jumps up. She's like, come on, girl. And I'm like, what? She gassing me. Her husband's in the room. Everybody's clapping. The whole room screaming.
Wait. Time out. Naderah said her husband's in the room. Not Jay-Z.
Right.
Her husband's in the room. Like some nigga with an old fro. He there too. What?
He there too. Her whole team. Her husband just like going crazy. The whole room starts screaming. So she gassing me, and I'm just like, fuck it, I'm about to go real hard.
Let's go.
That's where the whole like kick and the splits and all that stuff came in. She started gassing me, and I was just like, yo, I'm just gonna go for it. Like, it's either I'm gonna show what I got right now, or I might not, be able to stay here. So we did that. The whole room goes up in a roar. I'm the only female in the section, and I'm just like, all right, my heart's racing. I'm chilling. 5 minutes later, her musical director comes up to me and was just like, the queen would like for you to stay. Are you willing to stay as a performer?
Yes. Stop.
I'm like, actually, that's not even a question. Just tell me how long we're going to be here. And I already knew that. So great. I'm here.
What?
So that's literally the craziest thing I've ever done for an audition. Yeah. Quit a job.
I was not. I don't know why I wasn't ready for that. I should have been.
Yeah.
That is fucking amazing.
Insane. I'm still in awe. Like even reliving the situation right now, I'm just like, dang, is that my life? Is that what really happened?
Because people kept asking me, like, they were like, was she in the band at FAM? And I was like, I don't think so. Like,
no.
I met her, not that we would have discussed being in the band, but like that was never a thing.
Right.
We were like, oh yeah, she was in the band. Like I didn't.
No,
you was killing them cymbals. Like you've been playing cymbals and performing with cymbals, should I say, for years.
Oh, well, thank you. That means a lot.
No, really. Like that's why people were asking, like, was she in 100?
Yeah, no, I was definitely not in 100. That really wasn't my ministry. But the guys that I was with, like, it was a lot of rattlers on that stage. If you
didn't know. I know.
So many rattlers. And I want to give a shout out to Rashad Horn because I'm not going to use the H word. You know what I mean? But he definitely got me together, and it was not pretty. I got bruises, and he was like, look, you either gonna pull up or you not. Like, what's good?
Right,
so
right.
Pull up, you know what I'm saying? And of course, just from going through like different experiences at a HBCU, like you just know the work that you got to put in.
Yeah.
Greatness. And so I was here for it. So
I sometimes it take a little bit of that.
A little bit of that,
to get on stage and be featured with the queen. Yeah. Yeah, I walk right into it. I walk right into the haze. What's up?
Absolutely. I was like, what you need? So wow. I was blessed and honored, you know what I'm saying? And to be like, because I didn't even think, like, once I did that, I didn't think she was going to put that in the show. I'm like, this lady knows. She has to look at me and know that I'm not like a player. Like,
nah, that's something that I've learned over the last couple of years, especially doing the podcast. You'd be amazed at the like, you know, everybody's always like, you need to motivate yourself, and you need to, you know, have self-worth and know you're the best, which is great. I think it's very important, but it's something about other people gassing you, like you say, other people encouraging you, that you be like, wait, you really think that I cool, like, okay, cool. You have no idea in my head or in my heart that I am nervous as shit. Like, oh my God, I can't, like, but I know that I can do it, but it's still the nerve. So I can only imagine. You had the strength of the Black Panther.
Real life.
Nah, seriously. Beyonce is gassing you up.
Black Panther. I'm weak.
Nah, Beyonce gassing you up. That's
what I said.
Like, that's the greatest entertainer in the world right now. Like, if she tells you can do it, and if she gassing you, of course, you probably went to a whole nother dimension and didn't even realize it.
For real.
Like, you was probably radiating and niggas was like mesmerized, and you just like doing your thing. You're not even, wow.
When she started gassing me, I promise you I don't know what happened next. Like, it was just,
of course you don't.
I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing right now, but it's happening, and they're still screaming. So great. Yeah. It was definitely a spiritual experience. I'm not even gonna flex like it wasn't.
Okay, that was dope. I wasn't expecting that. I don't even know if that's the most ridiculous or just the most blessed. Like, I might need to change the name of the segment. God, that was okay. That was pretty dope. All right. Well, we gonna get into. Thank you for that. That was really good.
Testimony.
You out here shining. I see you thriving.
Thank you.
All right. So we're going to get into a little bit of pop culture really quickly before we get into who Naderah is.
Okay.
So this past weekend, quite a few things happened. And I just kind of want to touch on it, get your thoughts on it, especially with you just kind of being in the industry, and, you know, you may or may not see certain things or have a different perspective on things. So Kanye West.
Kanye.
Yeah, I talked about him last week on the episode, and I don't know. You know, Kanye is my boy. Like, I love Kanye, but I'm extremely disappointed. In Ye. Not only am I disappointed, I'm very concerned about him. I do not. For the longest time, I was like, yo, we keep throwing around this mental health thing. Folks need to stop. Like, it's not that that. It's a serious matter.
Yeah. And nothing's ever that serious.
Right. Nothing's exactly. But then now I'm looking like, I really do think he has some issues, like some real issues, deep rooted issues. And I used to feel like the death of his mother and him not handling it well and coping with it well.
Yeah.
At first I was like, yeah. And then it got to the point where it was like, yo, it's been a while. Like, how have you not coped with this? Like, why are you not coping with it? Especially being the person that you are.
Yeah.
And so it got to the point where I was like, yo, I think people are using this as a crutch.
Yeah.
These last couple of weeks, like, I really think that he really has not dealt with that situation. And
absolutely not.
He's absolutely spiraling. So I don't think he's tweeted since everything has really come to everything hit the fan with the TMZ interview. And him saying that you know, slavery, 400 years of slavery is a choice. I just kind of want to get your perspective. Like, what's going on with your boy? Or what's going on with my boy?
Oh man. So I think I agree with you 100%. You know, I just think that he likes to say that he's thinking freely, but I just think that he's detached from
very much so.
You know, I feel like he forgets his roots. I think he forgets that he was a young Black boy growing up in Chicago, which we know is like, you know, has a lot of crime, and raised by a single mother, a single Black mother. You know what I mean? I think he forgets what the African-American experience is like, you know, now that he is Kanye West. And I'm not taking away, you know, the work that he's done for himself to get to where he is. But at the end of the day, like, you know, there's a lot of little Black boys that look at you and say, well, if Kanye made it out, I can make it out. And then I think also too, for me, it's just a little perplexing how his music back in the day would be like, oh, when he got on, he left her for a white girl, and you did the same thing.
Yeah, art
and
imitating life, or life imitating art.
Yeah, and then he also, talks about being, freed and all this other kind of stuff, and not, being subjected to, what society has to say or the labels that people put on him. But he is married to the ultimate, I'm sorry, build a bitch. Excuse my language.
No.
Like, about her is appropriation.
You can curse on the show. It's all good. Like,
yeah, it's just, like everything about her is not real. You know what I'm saying? And so I just think that he's living in some sort of fantasy. And while I did listen to the whole interview, I think he did have some points where, because I do think Kanye West is a genius. And I do think
as well.
There are some, like, just because he is a creative genius, I think that people don't listen to his, they don't listen to his words with like trying to understand and with an open heart. They're just like, oh no, he said that and he's absolutely wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I just think that he was socially irresponsible,
Socially irresponsible. Exactly.
I think everybody has their right to their own thoughts and things of that nature. But when you are Kanye West, when you do have that platform, when you do have that voice, you have to use it wisely, because the whole world is watching and you're making an impression on an entire generation that is looking to you. And I just think that he was just irresponsible.
And when I hear things like Kanye doesn't even know the platform on which Trump stands upon, or had never heard about the travel ban, like just certain things where I'm like, how do you not? A part of me feels like somebody lying. Like, I get it. You're a superstar and you are insulated and you don't know what's going on, but like, you don't watch the news. Like, everybody watches the news. Everybody
he made a statement saying that he's never been into politics, and Donald Trump.
You can't make those blanket statements. If you're not into politics, then you can't make blanket statements about politics.
Right. Or you can't wear a hat that says "Make America Great Again" when that was his political slogan. Like, like, are you in it or are you not? And I think he picks and chooses, and you don't have that luxury. Nobody does. Like,
I don't know. I just think it's sad because Ye is all over the news, like on MSNBC, CNN, like, and he's being touted as like this crazy guy, like this massive superstar that is just spiraling out of control and is in the mix of this ridiculousness that is Trump. That is Trump's America. Like, America is literally a reality TV show right now.
Literally.
And Kanye has inserted himself as one of the lead characters of foolishness, which it really bothers me. It baffles me because I'm like, this shit ain't real. Like, it's real, but this shit is not real. Like, is he serious? So yeah, I'm gonna keep praying for Kanye. Like,
absolutely. Me too. He needs it for sure.
He really does. Did you get a chance to see the folks or people at the red carpet at the Met Gala?
Oh yes, I did. I saw a few of them. I've never really been so into the Met Gala. I usually get it from like social media, like, oh yeah, J-Lo's dress was cute. Oh, Rihanna, that was great. Or, Belcalis, Barty, do your thing. Like, I don't know, but I didn't tune in or anything like that.
Right, me neither. I just want to say shout out to Lena Waithe, Rihanna, and Chadwick Boseman, who I think all three fucking slayed.
Oh, absolutely.
Lena is just out here just being great. She came
I just love her.
Draped in pride, and I was just like, go Black girl, go. Like, she's just out here.
Black girl magic all over. I love her.
Rihanna out here dressed in the looked like the where's she from? Beijing? Was she Barbados? The Barbados version of the Pope.
Right.
I'm like,
yes, Drake.
That shit was so fucking amazing.
Yeah, she can't be drinking for real.
Pulled off.
Yeah.
And then Chadwick out here looking like Black Jesus. Like, what? Why is this so amazing? And his hair, he had like everything was gold. He had hair, like gold glitter hairspray in his hair and in his beard. And then like that cream and gold with the crosses on.
Oh yeah, that was everything. I didn't get into the small details, but that's it.
You need to see it. Like, it's on. I think it's on his Instagram. So shout out to all the beautiful Black people in Hollywood making their presence known. Like, I'm loving it. I'm so loving it. I'm very confused because the Olsen twins were there. Looking all of 87 years
they
old.
Look so emaciated.
They've been looking like that for years though. And I don't understand it. I mean, I pray for them. I'm lying. I really don't pray for them, but I do wish them well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're child stars. And someone posted a couple of days ago. I can't remember who it was, but they were like, name a child star that like flourished when they were a child or whatever, and is still around today.
Right.
And I didn't get a chance to look at the comments, but I couldn't think of any. Like I'm thinking Macaulay Culkin. No,
he was trash.
Right. I'm thinking about all the kids on
Lindsay Lohan definitely was the first.
Right. Miley Cyrus, she hanging on by a thin thread.
Yeah.
I just think of it.
Raven Simone lost her mind.
He's just like nobody is like flourishing. Yeah, like I can't think of anybody who.
Well, I said Keisha Knight Pulliam. I mean, she's just living a normal life.
She's living a normal life, and she's doing bad movies on Netflix. But I mean, get a check, sis. I get it. That's cool.
She's trying to rebuild her brand, sis.
I mean, if that's what it is, but yeah, I couldn't think of any. But yeah, the Olsen twins just looked, and Selena Gomez, whoever her artist or her makeup artist was, had her out here looking like somebody's grandmother. It was just,
I didn't see her.
No, it was bad. It was bad. Yeah. But all the people that were black looked beautiful. I'm just saying. No shade. It's just
black people did it for the culture.
Did it for the culture. That's all we can do. So yeah. And then the last little bit of pop culture news I just want to get in, and this is my question to you. I just want to know why our people can't ever be satisfied. So this weekend, my guy, Childish Gambino, also known as Donald Glover, released a music video and a song. The name of the song is This Is America. Throughout the video, he is in like some khakis, like some Dockers. He kind of looks like a field slave, and I'm not even being funny. Like I think that was the intention. That's what he was going for. Yeah. And he's walking through like this like warehouse type of situation in the street or whatever, and he's dancing. He's literally shucking and jiving. And in each scene, ridiculousness is happening. Like he pulls out a rifle. There's a choir with a black choir. He shoots them. There's police in the background arresting or chastising, some black people. Like it was a lot going on in the video. But if you're listening to the words, and he's saying stuff like, look at me dancing, and I'm so cute, and this, that, and the other. It's a total contrast from what's going on in the background. Yeah. Basically, my interpretation was we get so inundated with what's going on social media and on reality TV, and hey y'all, look at me, I'm cute, look at my shoes, look at my clothes, look at this concert that I'm at, look at this new dance that I got. In the same breath, police are taking our lives. Our communities are being destroyed by gun violence. The playing field isn't leveled, and this is America. So folks, I woke up Sunday morning, everybody is writing a think piece. Everybody is saying all these great things. Oh, Donald Glover is the voice of America. I mean, of Black America. He's woke. Look at what he's doing. He's got Atlanta. He's doing all these great things. And then randomly, somebody pulls up. Oh, his girlfriend is white. So because his girlfriend is white. So because his girlfriend is white, that nigga ain't woke.
I just hate that. What is who somebody love have to do with their wokeness or their need to be black or their advocacy for the community? Like he's still a black man. He's still living in America. He's still talking about issues that are pertinent to us. He's still working in black film. He does so many things, but because he loves somebody that's not a black woman, now he's not woke.
Listen,
shut up. You sound sleep. Like that sounds insane.
Niggas literally went from praising him in 1 minute, in the very next minute was like, nah, he like fuck him, nah. And I'm like, wait, what? Listen, love who you love, y'all. Like, love who you love. And I have a caveat to this, and I don't know, I ran this by my best friend last night, and he agreed with me. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm not tripping. Not that I needed him to agree with me, because I told him that up front. But my thing is, it's Donald Glover. He's an entertainer. Like Lena Waithe, to me, a young juggernaut in the television industry, right? Absolutely. Television, music, and movies, right?
Absolutely.
Doing their thing, creating their own lane. Donald Glover has never touted himself as some political social activist. He's never been like, oh yeah, so I'm the leader of the Black Lives Matter movement, so follow me. Like, he's never said that. He's a Black man that lives in America and understands the bullshit that Black people have to go through in America, right? That does not mean that he cannot date whoever he wants to date. That being said, when the question of Jesse Williams came up, and I said, for me, that's a completely different book, because Jesse was out here like as a leader, like, yo, Black Lives Matter. I am a leader. Follow me. He was on BET, gave that beautiful speech. We are Black magic and this, that, and the other. Like, very vocal, very entrenched in what was going on in the Black Lives Matter movement, calling leaders and calling politicians to the carpet, like moving and shaking. Like, people were literally following him, right? Jesse Williams had a Black wife, and then they got divorced for whatever reason. I don't know them people. Sometimes, relationships dissolve. Just do it. Hey, do what you do. But then started dating a white woman. For me, I was like, okay, bruh, do what you do. Love who you love. But I can't be following you as the poster child for the Black Lives Matter movement. I think that's where, for me, that causes a bit of discourse. That causes, it causes confusion, where it's like, that's a little touchy. Like, I don't even.
But why is that though? Like, I don't see. I feel like if you're a Black person and you have the Black experience, what does that have to do with who you love? Because there were white people that were a part of, the NAACP, which were for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think every white person in America or Asian person or whatever other race or ethnicity is against us. Some of them, support, the marches and the movements that we're making. You know what I mean? And I don't want this to be like, I don't want it to be a reverse racism kind of situation where it's us against them. I want us to be equal for real. Like, I want real peace. I want real equality. And I think that comes with us being open to loving each other. And I think what happens a lot of times in our communities is where, like, where if you love Black people, you can only love and date a Black woman or a Black man, whatever your preference is. And it's like, I don't think one has to do with the other, personally.
I mean, I definitely feel you. And I definitely respect where you're coming from, because you're like, everybody, can we all just get along? And I really wish that for us one day. I don't know that you and I will ever see that in our lifetime, but I think we'll get closer to that. However, for me, when you are talking about a movement and you are talking about people who have been disenfranchised, and I understand that Jesse's girlfriend or whoever she is probably ain't got nothing to do with the disenfranchisement or whatever, with the injustice to Black people, I'm sure she doesn't, right? But as a leader, I think it's hard for the general masses. I'm just talking about you being able to push forward your agenda. I think it's going to be very hard pressed for you to get multiple people, for you to get the masses, Black people, on board to follow you. And you like, wait, what? Because I guarantee
I get what you mean, though.
You know what I mean? I guarantee you that if Barack Obama married a white woman, we wouldn't love Barack the way that we love him. Like, we would love him because he's the first Black president, but we wouldn't love him the way that we love him, because what he represented. Again, none of us know what happens in the Obama household. We hope it's great. We hope, but both those of us who have good sense and have been in relationships or are in relationships know the shit is not always sweet every time. But what they gave us, what they represented, what they presented to us on a consistent basis, all the time. Like there was never is there beef? Like he always looked happy. Was that picture of the Black family unit. Absolutely. And this society tells us that the Black family is broken, which I don't believe that it is, but they tell us that. And when you tell somebody that so much, they start to believe that and they start to act in that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you are going to be the poster child, if you're going to be the leader, if you're going to be the thought provoker of conversation about a certain issue, I need you to walk and talk the talk. That's all. And I know that it's unfortunate because we as human beings are putting more pressure on other people to be these great people or these great representatives, but that's what you signed up for, Jesse. You know what I mean? Like,
you know what that makes me think about though? What are your thoughts on Dr. Umar Johnson? I mean, he's not even married to anyone, but he talks about the Black family unit and us being together. I know he kind of fell off because he went on some sort of tangent.
He's a clown. I think he's a clown.
But you know, he was an advocate for a while for like the Black Lives Matter movement. He was, you know, making some strong, you know, political statements and things of that nature about, you know, moving the Black agenda.
Again, I think people like Umar, because I don't believe that he's a doctor, are problematic. It's kind of, I think that they're very problematic. It's like, and not to keep switching gears here, but it's kind of like when Tyrese would go on these talk shows and these rants about what women should do. Sir, you can't tell a woman what to do. Right. Same thing with like Steve Harvey. Like, and I know they made a book out of it and a movie out of it. It was okay, cool. But like, that's like me sitting here and being like, hey, brothers, let me tell you what you need to do. I'm not a man. I can't tell a man how to be a man. I can't tell, men should stop telling women how to act. You know what I mean? Like, so Umar, you're not married. How are you going to tell us about the Black family unit? Like that does not, I'm not married. I can't talk to nobody about marriage and what they should do in their relationship. Right. I don't have any experience in that. Yeah. I can study it all I want to, but we're talking about humans. Yeah. Talking about human beings and relationships. Yeah. That doesn't go. So I think that, you know, people just have to be mindful of who they listen to. Go even what is it? Rob Jr. The guy that used to always have he used to always have like relationship advice. He used to date LaToya Luckett.
Oh wow. I don't know that guy.
Let's see. Rob Hill. Is it Rob Sr.? Hold on. Rob Sr. Yeah, I think it was Rob Hill Sr. Yeah. Rob Hill Sr., he would always have this relationship advice. And I used to be like, something about him don't quite, I'm not really feeling it. And then he and LaToya Luckett like broke up. And it was like a whole big thing because they were hiding it for so long. Yeah. It's like you putting on, you saw Girls Trip. Right. And the character that Regina Hall played, like they were putting on, they weren't living they true selves, but you're representing this and you're selling that to people. Yeah. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that because you messing with people, messing with people's heads. So yeah, that's that. But shout out to Childish Gambino. Shout out to him. Like I think you're doing a great thing, sir. Absolutely. Love who you love. Just don't come out here acting like you are the next Jesse Jackson or Al Sharpton. Not that they're the greatest representatives, but y'all know what I mean. Exactly. But yeah, I do. I appreciate that. Like I love that you have. I guess you have faith in people, and I think a lot of us don't. Yeah. Hearing your response of, you know, basically like, I just feel like everybody should just be cool. I appreciate that because thank you. We need more of that. Yeah, we need more of that because people are out here very cynical. People are out here very jaded. And it causes more strife than needed.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So let's get into it. Naderah. Yes.
Yo.
Tell us about. I know you kind of you kind of alluded to certain things, but before walk us down your path to your most recent huge event or gig, which was the Beyonce Beachella show at Coachella. But walk us through, like, how did you start? Where are you from? All that good stuff. Where'd you go to school? Just everything. Like, just walk us through your life so we can get a full picture.
So my name is Naderah Munaj. I am the youngest of 4 children from Katrina Munaj and Jerome Munaj. I've been training in the performing arts since I was about 7 years old. I started at the African Heritage Cultural Arts Center, where I was like in Miami, Florida. Hey, Chris.
What's up?
I forgot you were
Hey, what's up?
Okay. County.
That's it.
So I started there, where I was taking like dancing, acting, singing, musical theater, and like visual art classes and stuff like that. And I fell in love with dance, more so. So I kind of leaned more towards that. And I did musical theater on the side just because I had like a love for singing. From there, I went on to be in magnet programs. I was a first, second grader in the magnet dance program at Charles Drew Elementary. I was in the dance program at Charles Drew Middle. And then I attended New World School of the Arts, where I was a dance major and a musical theater minor, like the New World Connection and stuff like that. For those that don't know, New World School of the Arts is like a prestigious arts conservatory high school in Miami, where you have to audition to get in. And my class, it was only 107 people that were accepted from my freshman to my senior year. Like 107 of us were in my class, and the school had a whole total population of maybe like 400 students. So yeah, it was pretty dope. From there, I trained at the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater Conservatory over the summers, and I also attended the Miami Ballet Conservatory in South Miami, where I got a lot of my training. And let's not forget that I danced with Shannon Haynes of United Dancers of Miami, and I did 1 year with Tracy Young of the YCDT Superstars.
Hey, Tracy.
Theater. So yeah, I love all those people.
She went to my high school.
Yeah, she went to your high school.
Yeah, in the West.
Oh, you went to Northwestern?
Yep.
Wow, learn something new every day. That's what's up. Bull Nation.
Hey.
But yeah, so I did all of that. And then I took my talents to FAMU, where I was an accounting major. Because my mom was like, you already know how to dance. I know that's what you say you want to do with your life, but let's be real. If your dance career doesn't pop off, you need something that's going to make you money and help you survive. So I got my degree in accounting from there, but I was a dance education minor. I graduated high school with like my freshman credits for a dance minor. So I only had to do 1 semester my last year in college. While I was in college, of course, I pledged the prestigious
Let's go.
Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, Honors of the Baddest, Beta Alpha chapter. I did that in spring 2011. I was also a member of Mahogany Dance Theater and rehearsal director for them. I was a presidential ambassador / member of the FAMU Connection, and I was dance captain for that, where we danced, acted, and sang and told the history of the university through song and dance.
I love the FAMU Connection.
I love the connection. Yes.
I used to love traveling when we would go with SGA would travel and they would perform.
Yeah.
Like they would perform at like a convention center or a hotel ballroom or whatever with prospective students in the crowd. And I was like, yo, y'all are selling it. Like, y'all are selling it. So that's dope.
Yeah, it was a couple students that was just like, man, y'all performance was so good and y'all told us history. It just made me so excited to come to FAMU. And like, I remember being on the yard sometimes and like kids that had gone to like one of those like scholarship banquets or whatever we had when we went in town, they would come to me on campus and was like, I remember you, performing with the connection and stuff like that. And you were the reason why I decided to come here. And I'm just like, that's an honor.
That's what's up.
You don't think that like, oh, you singing and dancing, doing what you love, even though you're telling a history, you don't think people are really listening to like the historical parts. They're just enjoying the performance. But, it really convinced quite a few people that like FAMU was it, and no other university was doing it like that. Or no other HBCU was doing it like FAMU. But I mean, what can we expect? We are the standard,
It's
like, again.
That's what it is.
So yeah, I did that. By the time I was graduating my senior year from accounting, I knew that I wanted to be a professional performing artist. And all of my accounting, like senior classes where we had presentations, I would always do like a monologue or a dance or a song. And my professors would be upset, but I'm just like, this is my presentation.
Wait,
yeah.
You used to perform your presentation?
I had a song, a monologue. I had dance people come in and perform with me. Like,
you know, they were like, if this bitch don't get to the derivatives and
I tell you, no lie, people would miss their class to come to my presentation because they knew I was going to give a performance first.
Oh my God.
And the whole class would get involved. Yes, snap, sing along, clap your hands, all of that. My teachers would be like, this is a business class. And I'm just like, you gave me a stage, I'm going to perform. And then I'll present. So you're either going to sit there and listen or you're going to fail me. So they let me do it. Great. So crazy. Then after that, I packed up my bags and I moved to LA. I got a job in accounting because, of course, I needed to make money. I don't come from a bunch of wealth or anything like that. You know, my mom and my father worked very hard. And so I just knew that, you know, I had to do what I needed to do to, you know, make my career happen. So I took a job at an accounting firm out there. And I just thought because I was that girl on campus, you know, stepping and singing and dancing that, you know, I would just book like that in LA. And unfortunately, you know, that's not how it all worked out.
Right.
I quit my job and I just pursued dance 100%, but I went broke. And so I was just like, dang, you know, like I was devastated because I had to pack my bags and I had to move back to Miami and figure it out all over again. And I just thought that my hopes and dreams of being a performing artist were done. Like that was my first letdown. And I had only been in LA for maybe like 9.5 months. And I was just like, I got to go. I couldn't do the thing anymore. Like devastated. So I went back home to Miami and I thought to myself, like, how do I get myself involved in the industry down here? One of the most popping labels down there was Po' Boy Music Group. They had people like Flo Rida, Brianna Perry, Jackie O had come through there. A lot of like artists that, you know, were popping in Miami came through Po' Boy Music Group. And so one of my childhood friends, it was Brianna Perry. I danced for her as a kid. And so I reached out to her and I was like, hey, you know, do you think you could put in a good word for me at Po' Boy? I just submitted my resume and stuff like that. So they called me. A couple days later, I came in for an interview and I started interning with them. While I was interning with them, I always had my other side agenda. I was a singer dancer. So I was just trying to learn the business from them and kind of get connects and stuff like that, just so that I can, you know, continue to pursue my career. So I met a lot of Grammy Award winning producers and directors and things of that nature. And while it wasn't always the easiest thing, just being a young, beautiful Black female in that industry, you know, people will definitely try you, but I think it definitely like gave me a thicker skin and stuff like that and taught me how to deal with the industry before I got to where I am now. It was just definitely a learning experience. So I put out some music down there. And then after that, once I did my release party, I got a phone call from Mr. Hardiman at FAMU. And he was telling me that Drumline, A New Beat, was having auditions. And so later that year, I went to Homecoming and I actually met my current boss now, who is Don Roberts. And he was at Homecoming and Shapiro Hardiman introduced me to him. And he was like, hey, this is the guy you need to meet. And so Don told me, he was like, oh, yeah, we're having auditions for Drumline, A New Beat in a few weeks. You should come to Atlanta and audition for it. So I was like, okay, cool. I made a, you know, I know a lot of the industry is about connection. So after I met with him there, you know, I made sure when I came to the audition that I was going to look for him, find him, and let him know that, hey, I made it out, all that kind of stuff. So I ended up booking that job, you know, off of talent. And I think relationship had to do with it as well. Being, you know, Mr. Hardiman, who was very reputable, and just being able to execute at a high level from all the training that I had. I booked that movie. It was the first movie I booked. And then I submitted myself to other agencies because of that. And I got picked up for another movie. So I moved to Atlanta maybe 4 years ago, and my career has just been on the up and up since then. I'm not going to say it was always easy. The last 2 years have been better than the first two that I got here. But I've done movies like Drumline, A New Beat, Alvin and the Chipmunks, Step Sisters, that's on Netflix, The Quad on BET, Star on Fox. I just did Greenleaf. Several TV shows. I work with artists like Trina, T.I., Gucci Mane, of course, Beyonce now, which is always
that's it. That's the Don Dada right there.
Yeah, like I mean, you know, there's so many people that I have worked with, but on every single vision board that I've ever had, if anybody ever asked me who I wanted to perform with, it's always been Beyonce and really nobody else. Like I know a lot of dancers are like, I want to dance with Sierra and Janet Jackson and people who are like dancers, but I'm not being shady when I say this, but like I've always been a person that's always wanted to be a part of the best that anything had to offer. Hence, I pledged the baddest because they were the best sorority on campus. I danced with Mahogany Dance Theater because they were the best dance organization on campus. I did, the Connection because they were the best in traveling with university. And so when it came to my career, I wanted to work with the best choreographers like Sean Bankhead and Kiki Eli and Jamaica Craft and Debbie Allen. And I have all of them on my resume now. And the last thing I really wanted was Jaquel Knight and Beyonce on my resume. And I got that this year. So I'm just blessed and fortunate that, my career has unfolded to this point. And now I'm just,
Sorry to cut you off.
No, you got it. What's up?
Tell the people who Jaquel Knight is.
So Jaquel Knight is Beyonce's lead choreographer. He helps her to execute her plan and her vision and stuff like that. He helped he choreographed all of the show of Beychella. Of course, he had a choreographic team with Chris Grant as well. So I don't want to leave them out. But he is her head choreographer, and he works with other different artists like Pharrell and ERD, things of that nature. Tinashe. But he's just exceptional. He's Atlanta grown, he's from Atlanta, but he's out in LA just doing his thing. And, he's always been authentic to himself. And he choreographed, the first thing he did for Beyonce was the Single Ladies video, which is what really got him on and kind of got people more interested in the Majorette style. And so it was just, most fitting that, we did the Beychella show and it was like an ode to HBCUs and homecoming. So
nice. Yeah. Look at you. You out here thriving.
Thank you. Okay. It didn't come easy, man.
No, this is this is pretty dope. Because when I listen to you and I hear everything that you have done and all the things that you want to do, and I see the rise of J-Lo. So you remember? I don't know.
Yes,
you're a dancer.
I love J-Lo.
So J-Lo was, she was on In Living Color. And then she danced for Janet Jackson during the Janet phase. And then maybe a couple of years later, J-Lo was like, I'm gonna do my own thing. And people were kind of like, okay, girl, all right, she sings, she kind of sings, she could dance her ass off. All right, let's see. She's the Latina version of Janet Jackson. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And she exploded into the megastar that she is. So
absolutely.
When I'm listening to you talk, I'm like, this sounds like a J-Lo type of vibe. Because of you are so young and you've already danced with Beyonce.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You've already performed with Beyonce. I don't know if you've thought about that. Think about it. It's where do I go from here outside of I need to become the next Beyonce or the next J-Lo, where somebody else 15, 20 years from now is like, oh God. So I have Naderah on my vision board.
Yeah.
And I want to dance with Naderah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I listen, I commend you, kid. I really do. I think what you are doing and what you have done is fucking amazing. Some people don't even get to that point. So, and I know that, you mentioned, the struggle and going to LA and being there for 9.5 months and having to pack your shit back up.
Yeah.
Back to the right side of the US.
Right.
Coast because, things didn't work out, but you didn't give up. You were like, hey, let me call somebody, call my homeboy. So that's dope. I like the way your grit. You just gotta make it, you gotta make it happen. And speaking of making it happen, tell us about how everything came together with Beychella. You already told us how you got the gig, but what was the whole experience like from the first day of rehearsal to the end of the second show a couple of weeks ago? What was that like? Because social media was ablaze before the show. Before the first show.
Talking about social media, it was so funny how people would put out these articles about oh, Beyonce has her dancers doing this, or oh, a inside spotted this, and I'm just like, where are they getting this information from? And a lot of it was asinine, but I was like, it's good because it's building up momentum for the show.
Is,
I don't know, who put that information out. I think it was very strategic. I don't know.
Yeah, because there was a big one where it was Beyonce fired all her dancers and got new ones 2 days before, and in my head, I was like, how do you fire anybody and then you hire new ones 2 days before? They gonna learn the whole routine?
Right.
2 days?
You know, Beyonce wasn't gonna come out and do no 5-minute show, especially with her being the last and a headliner. Like stuff like that took me out. I'm like, okay, guys, great. Let's just keep talking about the show because it's building up momentum.
So all of that was clearly a lie.
Yes,
because I was hearing things. People were like, "Yeah," and yeah, I had heard some things like, "Yeah, my friend just called me and told me, yeah, it's true," and I'm like, "But how? Like, who gets fired 2 days before the show or the week before the show?"
Like with any job, you know, you just never know what goes on. But like,
yeah, but they were making it seem like it was in mass firings. Like,
yeah, and my thing is, it was 150 of us on that stage. You think she fired 150 people and hired 150 new ones? She would have had to have auditions,
right?
And they would have to learn all the music, all the choreography. That was an hour and a half show with no breaks. Insane,
right?
Nuts.
So okay,
but going back to your question, the first day of rehearsal. First of all, when we got once we landed in LA, the guys that I was working with, they had no idea who we were working with because we had to sign a non-disclosure. We can't expose to them, you know, who we're working with, especially with social media being what it is. That, you know, you tell somebody, hey, we booked you for Beyonce. The first thing they're going to do is make it their status on Facebook.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or put it on their story on Snapchat, Instagram, whatever. So we couldn't tell them that, you know. So when we got off the plane, we were able to finally tell them, like, hey, here's your non-disclosure. Please sign this. And when they read the non-disclosure and it said, you know, for Beyonce knows, everybody like jaws dropped. They were just like, oh my God, what is this really happening right now? So it was just like, that energy was insane. So then when we finally, you know, get to the rehearsal space and stuff like that, you know, we're just filling everybody out. We're meeting her team. We're meeting the, you know, musicians, the dancers, directors, and everybody that's there. And it was very welcoming. It was very open. But what I realized is that, you know, because we are Drumline Live, because if you ever seen the show Drumline Live on stage, you'll see that
I saw it years ago.
The HBCU experience through marching band and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You know, it was pretty much the epitome of what she was trying to execute on a larger, more commercial scale.
Right.
And so they trusted us a lot, you know, with our opinions, you know, about like, oh, is this realistic? How would y'all do this and stuff like that? So they, you know, ask us questions from here and there or whatever to get some input and things of that nature. But, you know, it was really exciting to see how welcoming they were of our energy and just our personal experiences from the HBCU, because not everybody was a Greek person. Not everybody was on the band or majorette and things like that before coming on this project. So that was great. And what I will say about the rehearsal, surprising, even though everybody there is a professional and, you know, executes at the highest level, it was such like a family environment by the time we left. Like everybody was like in tears by the time we finished the last show because we built genuine friendships over this, you know, rehearsal period, you know. Right. So it was just.
So how long did you guys rehearse? Like, was this like a
so I'm not really able to disclose how long we rehearsed because her publicist asked us not to talk about those things, but it was an effective rehearsal period, you know, good enough and long enough to know, you know, that it became muscle memory for us to do the show. Like, I don't even, you know, for myself personally, when I got on stage, like I wasn't thinking about, okay, what song is next, what step is next, or when am I supposed to do a flash here or whatever. It was all muscle memory. And I was just taking in the experience. And like, it was the largest audience I had ever performed in front of.
What did that feel like when you were out there and you're seeing this sea of people? Because of course your perspective is different from anybody in the crowd.
Yeah, with you being in the crowd, you know, to me, like I had known people like my profiles like yourself and some of my line sisters and things of that nature were going to be there, but I couldn't tell nobody that I was, you know, performing. So it was just the whole idea that like, it's people I know that's in this audience and I know they're going to see my face at some point and they have no idea what's going to happen. So when I got on stage, I screamed for so long. I was like, woo! Like, I just couldn't believe all the energy, and we felt the energy from the audience. And then there was so much adrenaline rushing on stage. Like, you could feel it, you know, and it was so amazing. And then the lights go off and, you know, Beyonce's about to take her place and the audience is screaming and you see all these camera phones, flashes and stuff like that going up. It was just an indescribable feeling. Like,
wow,
I could never imagine. Yeah.
That's so did you guys get to keep the hoodies?
You know, from any production that you do, they never let you keep the costumes because it's like copyright infringement and all that kind of stuff. Typically, what they do is take it back to wardrobe and break it down and either do something else with it or they use it for the next production. So, no, we weren't able to keep that one, but they did give us, we do have exclusive hoodies that only people that performed in the show and were on production, guys. So we got these like white hoodies with the shield on it. Some people got shirts with the shield on it and stuff like that. So
cool. So did y'all ever rehearse with B in the room?
Come on now. She didn't get on stage and like just
I have to ask these questions. I just want to know.
I mean,
what that felt like to be. She was cool. Like, what can you tell us? Oh my God!
Anything you've ever heard about Beyonce being a hard worker and the dedication that she puts into her performances is 100% the truth. She's so committed. She's just an amazing energy, and because I mean, you in a room with her, you know she's the greatest artist alive. Like, you just gotta pull up. You know what I mean? And what you, for being my mindset was more so, I know she gonna show up. I gotta show up for her. Like, and then I also thought about the fact that like she's trusting me. She's trusting the drum line with 3 minutes of her show, and she's trusting me personally with 45 seconds. 45. First of all, 45 seconds in the industry is insane because people say if you get 3 seconds on TV, you made it.
Yeah.
I got 45 seconds in a Beyonce show. That's almost a minute in a Beyonce show as a soloist. Like, I just had to show up. Like, I had to be her level. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that I'm her level because obviously she's Beyonce, but it's just like, if she's trusting me with this moment, if she's trusting me,
you got to be your best. You got to be your fucking best.
Like, if you ain't never showed up for anything else in your life, you got to show up for this.
Right.
That's what my mindset was. It was just like lights, camera, and go. It's on you, and she's trusting you and execute. So
wow. She know you by name?
She and I have never had like a one-on-one personal conversation like that, but I did. I was able to hug her, and she did say thank you and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it was that sort of situation after the show. She definitely thanked us all. She's a super sweetheart. I heard before, but I love her even more now.
Right? Yeah, I've heard that, and I'm so happy that has been again another consistent thing about Beyonce. Like, people consistently are like, she's a sweetheart. She's not a bitch. She's not, a diva. Like, and she is a diva. Like, she has every right.
Right. She's like the epitome of what you want a diva to be. Hardworking, sweet, humble, beautiful, but very business savvy, very about, what she wants and very clear about that,
Yeah. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Which show did you like more performing in? The first one or the second one?
I'm gonna say the first one because the energy, like, everybody, we have been working up. It's like, finally, this is the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the first time it was just like all this adrenaline rushing, like the feeling that you got, like, oh, I'm starting to get chills right now. Just thinking about it because, you've been waiting for this experience. It's like the world is finally going to see what we've been working on for so long.
Right.
So the second show was just as great. You know what I'm saying? The audience was just as great. But it's like, okay, we've done this already. And now it's just like, try to be better than the first time.
Right. That first one is nothing like the first because
exactly.
It's a new experience.
Absolutely.
Like, and y'all were flawless, man.
Oh, thank you.
That girl with the baton.
Oh yeah, Diddy.
And she threw it up in the air, and I'm like, you caught that? Like, I guess you have to catch it.
Yeah,
you're on stage.
So was she gonna drop it in the Beyonce show? The world would have sued her. No, but Diddy, she's from Atlanta as well. She was another dancer that was booked out of Atlanta.
Shout out to her.
She is very like hardworking. She's very consistent. Like, even in moments when we were on breaks in rehearsal, you would see her in the corner going over her solo, throwing that baton up higher and higher each time and catching it and being consistent. So it just goes to show that like practice makes perfect.
It does.
She definitely executed on stage. Like, she's nothing to be played with. I love Diddy.
All right. So like, as far as like before the show, because you guys were the last act at Coachella, where would you guys be before then? I know you couldn't hang out, at least not Saturday night.
Well, surprisingly, we were like,
really?
Yeah, we got to the Coachella grounds a little early. We were able to see some of the artists, experience a bit of Coachella. I mean, of course, we had a call time to be in place and start getting ready, hair and makeup and all that kind of stuff. But we were still able to enjoy, the experience. And, we had, because we were performers, we had access to come back the following day and the day before. So some of our castmates went out like a day early and went to the shows on Friday. Of course, not staying out too late because you got to have energy for your performance, which is the pinnacle. We were able to go out that Saturday, and then some of us stayed overnight and went out that next Sunday just to get the full Coachella experience. So
nice.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Wow. Okay. So you perform with Beyonce, you rehearse with Beyonce, you're on the Coachella stage, you killing it. You have, not only are you on the stage, but you have a 45-second solo.
Right.
Like out here. Splits, high kicks, all this good stuff.
All that.
It's now over. I'm talking about the first weekend. It's now over. What is your phone doing? Like what is happening on your social media and your text message? Like
when I got back to my phone, I had like I'm not gonna say a million notifications, but it felt like a million.
Yeah.
Instagram was on fire. Like my followers had shot up by like 1,000 people.
Oh my God.
I'm like, this is not even on my page. How do y'all even know it's me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it had shot up by 1,000 people. Like all my friends had like put me on their stories, DM me, screenshot it, all that kind of stuff. I got text messages from Line Sisters and Pro Fights and even our Neos that just came out and stuff like that. My baby Ism was just like, oh my God, Ism, I'm so proud of you. Like she was like so proud to tell her Line Sisters, like, yes, that's my Ism. You know what I mean? And that made me feel proud too.
Let's go 51.
Right. Come on, 51. My family was just, oh my God, the support that they showed from my grandma, my grandpa, my cousin. It was just like an overwhelming feeling of love. And I actually went back to the hotel that night and I was just like, I can't respond anymore. Like I just passed out on the bed, and when I woke up the next morning, my phone was still jumping. Like my phone like died because of all the notifications I was getting. But it was an overwhelming wealth of love and just support. And for people that followed me throughout my whole journey from when I moved to LA, from when I was at FAM, you were just like, I always knew it was going to be you, Naderah. Like I never doubted you for a minute. Like you always figured it out. You always made your dreams happen. You know what I mean? And so just feeling that support, even what you said at the beginning of the show, like when other people gas you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it just is different than when you motivate yourself. Cause I never gave up on myself, but like I've had some real soldiers that's been in my corner since day one. Yeah.
Right.
So
that's crazy. Yeah. Like that's freaking amazing. No, I'm in awe. Like I remember when I watched the first weekend, I was in my room. I had my computer hooked up to my TV so that I could watch it on the big screen. I'm going in, like I'm on Instagram. I'm doing all type of stuff, and then I'm like, "Is that Naderah?
It's me!"
Oh shit! Is that?
I'll tell you no lie.
Camille was like, "That's what I was trying. I couldn't tell you, but that's her." I'm like,
"Yes."
What?
Yes. Yep. So what's crazy is that like when I did it, I promise I tell you no lie, because you're gonna think I'm gassing right now. But the first two people I thought about when my symbol slipped up the first time and the lights were on, I thought about you and I thought about Camille, because y'all are like the ultimate beehivers I've ever met in my life.
Oh, that's wild.
Like, this one is for Irene and the other one's for Camille. Let's kill it. Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, that's awesome. I was on the stage too. Look at me.
Yes, you were.
I was on the stage too, y'all. Give me gang. FSG was on the stage with Beyonce and Naderah.
I was like, I gotta do it for my people that I know are like, okay.
Listen, we were so proud of you, so freaking proud of you. And I was like, you gonna be there next week? Because I'm coming. Like, yeah.
Absolutely.
In true NDA talk, I was like, is it the same show? You're like, you just gonna have to wait and see. I'm like, okay, all right. I see what you're doing here. I get it. I'm surprised. I don't want to get nobody in trouble.
I don't want trying to lose my job before the show.
Exactly. So that's Beyonce. Like overall, it sounds like your experience was dope as shit. Like
absolutely,
it was amazing. What's next? Like what's next for Naderah? Like okay,
so I'm doing more like musical theater, things that have put me on a platform as Naderah the artist, not more so a background dancer. Mm-hmm. So even though I'm still taking on those jobs because that's where my agent primarily books me, and because that's kind of the source of, you know, my artistry, where I come from. But I'm just working to put myself back on a platform where it's, you know, Naderah the artist. So more music is coming soon. I'm doing more acting classes so I can get more acting gigs, more bookings as like as an actress. More speaking roles are hopefully to come in the future. You know, just like you said, kind of on that whole J-Lo grind. You know, even though I'm not gonna lie, I try to stray away from that just because so many people want to do the whole J-Lo route. Mm-hmm. You know, but I guess it's the inevitable because I started as a dancer. It's just taking my career to the next level. Also using my experiences and the experiences that I have and paying it forward. So I'm working on a reality TV show right now where, you know, I'm kind of coaching kids, you know, to live their dream. They all want to be professional dancers, and just talking to them about what's real in the industry, what it takes, you know, dealing with their parents and stuff like that. I didn't have a mom that was so readily available because, like I said, you know, I don't come from, you know, an affluent neighborhood. You know, my mom was always working, but, you know, just telling parents, you know, the sacrifices that they have to make. My mom worked really hard so she could pay for the things that I needed to get to where I am. So just, you know, giving that knowledge back to parents, you know, what they need to do to be involved in their child's life to make their careers go. Yeah, so reality TV, more acting, more singing, and just more things putting myself as an artist, and then just more camps as well. So I have a camp that I'm doing this summer where I'll be teaching like majorette styles, and then of course my goal is to, you know, do a percussion feature with the girls and cymbals, and you know, I guess Beyonce and I together came up with a new form that has never been seen before. You know what I mean? Never seen a cymbalist or a percussionist with cymbals dance, and you know, seeing that fusion together. So just really expanding upon that technique and just introducing something new to the world.
Nice. You know? I love it. Listen, I love it. This is so super dope. I think that, you know, you're an inspiration to a lot of folks, and just keep doing it. Just keep going. Just keep going. So wow, that was pretty dope. Like, I think
I'm so thankful that you had me on the show. But before you close it out, I got a fish. For one thing, I need a soup or a special. I would rather a soup.
Oh, God.
But I gotta get it. Come on, Irene.
Look at you. You trying to put me on the spot. You trying to put me on the spot on the air. Let's discuss. Let's discuss. When this is done. You're so ridiculous. You're so ridiculous. But no, Naderah, thank you so much. Before we get out of here, I just want to do a quick what's in my beats. Basically, you know, let everybody know what I'm listening to this week. Listening to you, and knowing what I'm trying to do as far as like the podcast and just continuing to push forward. And of course, closing out my, I think we can say like a month-long run of my ode to Beyonce. This week in my beats is going to be my man, OT Genesis. Everybody mad. Listen, we just getting to the money.
Absolutely.
Everybody mad. And shout out to Beyonce, because during one of her breakdowns in the show, she danced to that song and put it. I mean, people knew about the song, like we knew about the song, like people who love OT or love hip hop or whatever, niggas. We knew about the shit. But her doing that, like, I believe his like streams went up by like thousands. People were buying the song. So he didn't know, because Beyonce, that's just how Beyonce does. He didn't know that she was going to be using his music in the show. So he was floored and just honored, of course, as he should be. So this week in my beats, with everything that's going on, 2018 is just amazing for so many people. Shout out to everybody out here getting it. This is OT Genesis. Everybody mad. I just get to the money. Hey, everybody mad. Yes. So yes, good people. That was OT Genesis, getting to the money. Everybody mad. All that good stuff. That was what's in my beats. I had to throw that one in there. Like, I've been listening to it for a while, but I was like, I'm going to save it for this show because my girl Naderah is on the show, and yeah, we just had to. I had to save it for the show. Like that was for you and for everybody who's getting to the money.
That's right.
So yeah, we've gotten to the end of the show. Naderah, yo, you did good, kid.
Oh, thank you so much. It was definitely an honor. I couldn't wait.
Absolutely. You did really good. Thank you for being on the show. Like, this was definitely an honor. I can't say it enough. I'm proud of you. I think you are the next big thing. I just love to see people getting it and getting it and getting it. And I can't say it enough. Like, FAMU is just so fucking dope, yo.
Man,
like,
I was out here killing the game every day.
Like, for real. Like, people are like, yo, I'm not trying to be ordinary, yo. I'm trying to do big shit.
Big things only.
Like, yo, let's do it. So, any last words? Anything you want to say to the people? How they can get in contact with you? Email addresses, websites.
Yes, absolutely. You guys can definitely follow me on social media on Instagram at @IAM_Naderah. That's NAD as in Delta ERAH. And you can find me on my website at www.IamNaderah.com. I'm not really on Twitter, but I'm also on Facebook as Naderah Munaj. So yeah, go ahead and follow me there. And I just want to say one last thing. Believe in yourself. Your dreams are real. And forget what the naysayers say. They're there to motivate you. And so use that negative energy, recycle it, make it positive, and keep pushing forward.
Absolutely. I love that. Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, y'all, you know, I'm out here just interviewed dope ass Beyonce dancer, performer. I think I'm done. My work here is done. Like, that's it. So, in true FSG fashion, yo, Naderah, thank you so much for joining me this week. This was really dope. So in true FSG fashion, tell the good people goodbye. Tell them holla back.
All right, y'all. We out here. Thank you so much for tuning in, and peace.
For sure. Dope. That was good. Good stuff. Yes.